the jumper. In and out. No good. Ball's batted around. Trey Mullins comes out with it. Takes 3 steps. No call. Gay City crowd is incensed. And McCamus has the ball. He tries to drive in. Pulls up at the free throw line. Shot is good. Wise Central gets the first points of the game. They've had way more attempts than Gay City, but they've not been able to convert. Reed with the ball now. Swings it over to Compton on the left-hand side. Bring it back up to George, top of the key. George sets the screen for Dean. Dean drives inside, feeds it back out to Mack. Mack with the ball now inside. Kicks it back out to George. George to Dean. Dean pulls for 3. Misses it completely off the backboard. Rebounded by Brody Allison, and here come the Warriors. Hayes with the ball now on the right-hand side. Feeds it back out to McCamus. McCamus being guarded by Mack. Tries to drive in. Pulls back instead for the fadeaway. That was a really nice shot. He faked driving in, falling away, put it up. Shot was good. It's 4-4 now. Here come Gay City. Compton with the ball. Compton pulls up parallel with the free throw line. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Jordan Bishop. McCamus with the ball. Kicks it back down to Allison. Allison feeds it back out to Hayes. Hayes looked like he drove or walked. Feeds it back inside to Mullins. Mullins goes up, and he's going to be fouled by Dean. So Trey Mullins going to the line now. 3:27 to go, first quarter. We got a tie ball game. So Mullins on the line for the Warriors. First shot's up. Bounces around and drops in. 5-4. Wise Central has their first lead of the game. Substitutions in for Gay City. 5 on the floor now are Starnes, Sally, Mack, Dean, and Ghost. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Eli Starnes. He passes it over to Dean. Dean pulls from the V logo. Count it! That's the equivalent of the Devil's Head. Dean with 3. Gay City leads 7-5. I think my dad kind of had his mouth open on that one. He's not used to seeing threes from that far back. It's pretty routine for Dean, though. McCamus pulls for 3 in the corner. It's good. As he gestures to the crowd, it's 8-7, Wise Central. Dean with the ball, feeds it over to Mack. Mack at the top of the key, hands it back over to Dean, feeds it back out to Ghost. Ghost at the volleyball line, throws it down to Starnes. Starnes swings it back around, hands it to Dean. Dean looking to drive inside. He goes up, and they're going to call foul on the floor, I believe. Let's see who they get with that one. That's going to go on number 15, Grayson Bailey. His first, team third. Checking in now for Gay City. We have Compton coming back in, and can't see around the official. Hensley's back in. Compton now with the ball. Feeds it over to Hensley. Hensley pulls up for the layup. Jump shot, I should say. No good. Rebounded by Elijah Hayes. Long pass down the court to Bailey. Bailey goes up, and he's going to be fouled. Dad thought it was all ball, but they're going to say Andrew Hensley with the foul, so Bailey's going to be at the line.
I agree with you, Dad. It was all ball.
I want to mention, too, I got a chance. Congratulations to Sally. I saw he signed with your alma mater. Do you have anything to do with that?
Exactly. John Sally is a Wasper. Again, he'll be playing ball for Emory and Henry.
You didn't help with that recruiting any, did you, Joe?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
I'm sure the NCAA is not listening right now.
That's right.
First free throw, though, by Bailey, no good. But seriously, congratulations, Sally. That's a huge deal. Second shot's up, second shot's good. Compton with the ball now, getting a trap set by Wise, feeds it back to Mack. Mack dribbling, set the trap on him, and they're going to get Mack with the travel. It's going to go back to Wise. Wise already leads 9-7, 2:15 to go in the first quarter. So, Grayson Bailey set to inbound. And finally hands it off to McCamus. McCamus trapped at the timeline. Pushes off on Starnes. No call. Feeds it it over to Elijah Hayes. Finally, they're going to get McCamus. Starnes got in his head. If you recall, that happened last time. Starnes kept whittling away, and McCamus slammed Starnes on the ground. See if they're not going to give a technical on that. They're not. Coach McCamus, though, out on the court. That should be grounds for a technical. Instead, they're going to give him a timeout. So McCamus went in, arms out, and just leveled Starnes. It wasn't a flop on Starnes' part. McCamus just ran through him and then mouthed off to him. And then Coach McCamus out on the floor as well for the double attempt there, I guess. So, with the timeout, Warriors lead 9-7.
Well, I hate to ask, is it a full or is it a 30?
You know, I couldn't even tell. There's 23 seconds left, so I guess it was a full. But by the time everything got settled down, it was halfway over, and my dad is sitting here just laughing at Wise Central.
So again, 9-7, 2:15 left here as things starting to get pretty chippy early in this ballgame.
I told him on the way up to be ready for a physical game. So, Max set to inbound. Don't forget to score. McCamus with that foul. Okay, he's got it. So, ball's inbounded to Compton. Compton feeds the ball down to Starnes. Starnes gets it across the timeline and stepped on the baseline, but the reason he stepped on the baseline is he was shoved, and that foul's going to go on Elijah Hayes. Hayes picks up his first foul already. That is 5 for the Warriors. Comes with 1:59 to go. That's in the first quarter. Ball's inbounded to Starnes. To Dean, swings it over to Hensley. Hensley feeds it back over to Starnes. Starnes back to volleyball line. Throws it sideways to Compton. Compton now with the ball. Over to Hensley. Hensley feeds it to Mack. J-City again. No big hurry. Now get with Dean. Dean tries to drive in. Pulls up for the free throw line. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Elijah Hayes. Mack all over him. Get across the timeline. Give it to McCamus. McCamus pulls for 3 from Dean range. Not even close. Rebounded, though, by Lance Colley. And we're going to have a foul there. Let's see who they call that one on. That is going to go on to Hensley. Hensley picks up his second. 4th foul overall for Gay City. Hensley's the only person with 2. Actually, he's the only person on either team with 2 right now. Mack's going to sit down, and George checks in for him.
Looks like a scoring little bit of drought right now, Chris, going back and forth.
It is, and while you're talking, 5 seconds called against Wise. Gay City was not going to leave anyone open, so the ball goes back to the Blue Devils with 1:21 to go. Warriors lead 9-7.
Of course, that's one thing. Gate City can't get into playing Wise Central's street ball. They've got to play their game because right now it's boding well for Wise Central to get in their heads.
Well, Starnes on a fast break. He loses control, stolen away by Grayson Bailey, and McCamus brings the ball down the court. McCamus looks to go in, stolen away by Starnes. He tried a fancy cross-court pass, nothing there. Starnes intercepted. Gives it to Dean. 58 seconds to go. Compton with the ball at the V logo. Compton looking to drive, kicks it back out to Dean. Dean pulls for 3. Shot no good. Rebounded by Starnes. Starnes misses the tip in. Well, he rebounded by Wise Central. McCamus with the ball. He tries to throw from center court, and he goes up into the Gay City student section underneath the Wise Central goal. You can imagine how that was received. And McCamus has his hands on his head. So, Compton with the ball. Kicks it over to Starnes. Starnes feeds it to Dean. Dean bump, no call. He looks to drive in with the layup. Shot is good. Count the foul. Dean's going to be at the line. It's 9-9 now. 34 seconds to go. That foul's going to be on number 20, Jordan Bishop. That's his second foul. Reed back into the game. Mack back into the game. Hensley and Starnes getting a quick rest. 5 on the floor for Gay City. Compton, Mack, Dean, Reed, and George. Dean at the line looking to complete the 3-point play. Shot is up. Shot is good. So, 10-9 now, Gay City leads. Dean only shooting 82% for the season from the free throw line. And now, a little bit of miscommunication from Wise. They finally decide that Grayson Bailey's going to inbound. He gets the ball to McCamus. McCamus kicks it back over to Elijah Hayes. 29 seconds to go, first quarter. Gay City leads 10-9. Hayes has the ball, top of the key, feeds it over to McCamus. McCamus pulls up from about 2 feet behind the free throw line. Shot is good. So Wise now back on top, 11-10. 14 seconds to go. Compton with the ball right in front of us. And we have a first jump ball of the game.
Jump.
Little bit of a wild pass. Compton was trying to come down with it, and I believe that was Lance Colley tied him up. As Dean shoots for three, no good. Rebounded by McCamus. Ball comes passed down to Elijah Hayes at the buzzer. Shot is no good. At the end of one, Wise Central leads 11-10.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, get ready for an exciting second quarter coming up. You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Whether you need to grab a quick bite before the game or if you're just looking for something great to eat, stop by and see your friends at the Campus Drive-In, just down the road from Gate City High School. They have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Campus Drive-In has supported Blue Devil Sports for over 60 years, and once again, they are the proud sponsors of our halftime show here on Gate City Sports Radio. Please follow them on Facebook and place your call-in orders by dialing 276-386-3702. That's 276-386-3702.
All right, getting ready for an exciting second quarter coming up. Again, Gate City down 11-10. We'll send it to the Carboys in Wise Central.
Okay, so I want to really quickly run through the first quarter scoring for you for Gay City. Dean with 10. So we're ready to get started again. And Brody Allison set the inbound directly in front of us. Start of the second quarter. Wise Central in their black uniforms leading 11-10. Gay City in the white with the blue lettering. McCamus with the ball. Brings it back across the timeline. And immediately gets picked up by Compton. And we have a foul away from the ball. They're going to call Hensley with something. That's his third of the game. Gay City does not need that, Joe.
Hensley has stepped up. He is now the third leading scorer. And now with 3 fouls saddled here, start the second quarter.
Here's an interesting stat for you. Gay City shooting 30.8% in the first quarter. Central shooting 30.8% in the first quarter.
Wow.
McCamus pulls for three. Shot no good. Rebounded by Mack. Mack brings it down, kicks it over to Compton. Compton thinks about the three, decides not to. Dribbles around instead, passes it to Dean. Dean on the left-hand side is going to get hammered by McCamus. That's going to be 2 on him. Dean started to drive. McCamus was a little bit out of position. Tried to make up for it, and he gets called for the foul. And again, he seems to be questioning the officials' credentials. So, Max said to inbound. Nope, that puts Gay City into the bonus. I don't think anyone realized it. So now Dean's at the line.
I was going to say, I thought they was up, but I wasn't for sure on the number of fouls.
McCamus was disagreeing with that as well. And Dean's free throws up and good. So, 11-11, 7:36 to go before halftime. Dean eyes the rim, takes a deep breath, second shot's up, drains it. Gay City leads 12-11 now. Starnes checking back in, Reed coming back out. Looks like Coach Vermillion's wanting to run a little bit. He's trying to keep fresh legs in.
Chris, that's 7 on Wise Central. How many does Gate City have team-wise?
5 total. Mack putting all kinds of pressure now on Elijah Hayes. He